set your goal, you set yourself up for success. Now what? Now it's time to get to work. Now it's time to work on meeting those goals. And that includes the title of this video, consistency, right? It is the key to success. I don't care what anybody says. The more you do something, the better you're going to get. Just like they say, practice, right? Practice makes progress, right? Some people say practice makes perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Practice makes progress. So consistency is the key to success, right? Doing the same thing every time, waking up at 7 a.m. every day, meditating in the morning every day, right? Whatever your goal is, you want to do it consistently, you know. Let's see. An example could be going to, in our previous example, going to therapy once a week, right? Because I'm telling you, you start going to therapy and one of them weeks, baby, y'all gonna get in some deep conversations and you're gonna be like, ooh, I ain't think we was gonna talk about this. Oh, I didn't know they was gonna touch on this. I ain't ready. But being consistent means I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I said that's what I was gonna do, right? Even though you don't like it, even though it don't feel good, because you thinking about your overall goal, the big goal, right? And in order for you to get there, you've got to go through this part. Like I said, progress. That's all that matters. Is because nobody is perfect. So you continue to do it every day, right? Going to your therapy, even though, you may not like talking about, the things that are happening or reliving certain things. Sometimes you got to, you're reliving it to understand, what happened and, how it may have happened so you can prevent in the future, right? Some people don't realize too that consistency leads to self-discipline. Self-discipline, right? You got to be the majority of things that we want to do in our lives, we can do it. We just got to be a disciplined person, right? Think about it. If you're not disciplined, there are a lot of things that you're not going to succeed at. Because you got to put your mind in something and say, I'm going to do it again with the consistency. I'm going to do it anyway. Because I got to get through this to get to the next point, right? And sometimes I think we don't think about the bigger goal, right? It's almost like trying to satisfy yourself right now. But when you look at just, a lot of examples could be given with that, but instead of you've got to think about reaping rewards later, whether that be next year, in the next 6 months, in 10 years, right? We could do so much more if we are self-disciplined. Consistency builds momentum. You wrote down, I'm gonna go to therapy once a week. Now you look up, you've been going once a week for 2 months. It's like, dog, I said I was gonna do that. Like, I've been doing it and I feel good, like simply because I've been meeting my goal, right? Consistency also proves that you're gonna get there. It might be a slow progress, right? But you're moving towards it. No matter how slow it is, you still moving towards something, right? Whether that be that bigger goal, whether that be whatever the short-term goal is, you're moving to, and you're getting better. Like Pastel said, you're getting better and better. A big one. Consistency creates accountability. And we know a lot of people, baby, a lot of people lack accountability. They just can't do it. They can't take accountability for nothing. I know we know some people like that, right? That it's going to create accountability because when you've been going consistently, all of a sudden you don't go, you're going to start to analyze and say, okay, let me look back and see why I didn't why I didn't go to my therapy session this week, because I ain't playing about this, right? And they say, you know what? You say, I didn't go because I ended up talking to a friend and I missed my session, right? That's being accountable instead of saying, well, my friend, she called me. I told her not to call me at 10. It's not their fault. It's on you. It's up to you to say, you know what? I'm gonna call you later because I got an appointment. Because you got to meet those goals, okay? So it creates accountability, right? And it also something else, it gives you direction, right? It kind of lets you know what direction you're heading into, which should be positive, right? Because you're going in the direction of meeting the bigger goal. Um, Being consistent gives you something to measure, right? So when you get into looking at your goals overall on a quarterly basis or the end of the year, whatever it might be, right? You're looking and you're saying, okay, I've done this amount of times. How have I changed? Like, am I getting closer and closer to what I want to do? Do I need to modify my goals? Right? Instead of going once a week, I've been doing so well. The therapist, agrees. You feel like, I'm able to manage it a little bit better. Maybe I need to go once a month now, right? So if goals are flexible, you can modify those things when you really get into it, right? Um, Consistency also, and this is a big thing with therapy too, it allows you to become more comfortable with changing your behavior, right? Because change is hard. Anybody should know that. Change is hard, especially if you've been doing it one way for so long. And even though that way is not working, it's what you are comfortable with, right? Even though it's not working, it's not the way you should do it. You know that it's not helping your situation. You still do it that way because that's what you're comfortable with. You know what to expect, right? And you know how to maneuver that thing. But when you are consistent, you're comfortable with changing because you weren't going to therapy once a week before. You were just trying to figure it out on your own, having crying episodes, talking to your friends, talking to your family. But you say, I realize I need therapy, right? So you are now comfortable with doing something different that can help you meet the goal. Consistency allows you to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And a lot of times that's where we see growth, right? You got to put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable because you never know the things that you can do, the things that you can get through, the challenges that you face that you can overcome, right? You've got to allow yourself of being uncomfortable. I tell my clients they're trying to get promoted, and especially in like leadership positions, management positions, you got to get uncomfortable because it's a lot of stuff that's unknown in those types of positions because you're dealing with all different kind of personalities, right?